You know, today is a really exciting day at Princess Cruises. We have the amazing Liev Schreiber here behind the bar, and we're going to talk about his phenomenal award-winning whiskey, Sláinte.
Sláinte.
So I've tasted it, and I love it. So tell me a little bit about it.
Sláinte is Irish whiskey, which is something that I'm afraid to say, one of the few things that I actually know something about. When we were working with Brian Watts, the master distiller from Great Northern, who really nailed this blend, we were looking for that really iconic whiskey flavor, that thing that when you tasted it, it just reminded you of Ireland. It really felt like it has those notes of caramel, it has a vanilla, malty, and it's just really, really easy sipping was what we were after. Something that would be delicious, neat with an ice cube or two, but would also mix really well, which I gather we're going to be doing a little bit of today.
Yes, we are. We're going to be getting our hands dirty. I love it. I think it's incredible by itself, but also a lot of people see it and they're not sure if they want it just that way, or they may have a different idea about it. We want to smash their concept of what Irish whiskey can be.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so we're going to make our cocktail here.
Yeah, what are we making?
The formal name is the County Louth Mule.
That's good.
But at Princess, we call it Spanked Mint.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds cheeky.
It is a little cheeky.
I'm very excited. What's in a Spanked Mint?
Well, a little mint, and of course, some of the greatest whiskey in the world.
Sláinte Irish Whiskey.
Heck yeah. All right, let's make some drinks.
Okay.
We are going to spank some mint.
Oh, okay.
You're going to get a little of this mint. Just grab some, because it's going in your drink. So.
Okay. Wait a minute, why do we spank mint?
We spank mint, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So we spank mint so that it releases the oil, so taste is 90% smell. Because if you muddle it, it turns it bitter. Whenever you turn it bitter, you lose the flavor of the incredible whiskey, and then you have to use more sugar to transfer and to take away that bitterness from it.
That makes sense.
We're gonna hold it out. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna put a smile, look out on, and give it a good 1, 2, 3.
So this is something you actually do in front of the...
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh yeah, a little spanking. All right, let's put it on in.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and ice us up here.
Oh, I can already smell it.
Yeah.
That's great.
So very simple, you're gonna put your lime juice right there, our fresh lime juice. That's in.
Great.
Perfect. Next up,
Sláinte Irish Whiskey.
Sláinte Irish Whiskey, the best.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give us a pour here. A healthy pour. You notice we are not using sugar. So let's put this in, and the last bit is you have it right there. We have our little ginger beer.
Which is going to provide us all the sweetness we need?
Exactly. Exactly. Perfect. I'm gonna give it a stir here, and a stir here. And we are now ready to garnish, which is just our little bit of lime and our little bit of mint. Perfect. Now, this is the great part. This is my favorite part. We get to taste.
All right, I'm in. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Ooh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. I like how it's not too sweet.
No, but we're highlighting the whiskey all the way through. So you're still gonna get the Sláinte all the way here. It's gonna be incredible. The flavor's gonna be super bright. And because our technique is right, and just spanking the mint, it just gives that great aura, that great nose.
Yeah, and I mean the amount of mint too is really nice because it really comes through.
Yeah.
Oh, that spanked mint.
Yeah, all that spanked mint. Little together, a little Sláinte.
Sláinte. You know, I don't drink mixed drinks, so you have really accomplished something extraordinary. Normally, that's how I would drink Sláinte, but this thing is a revelation to me. And the caloric thing and the flavor thing, it's really so. To your spanked mint.
Oh, I love
Sláinte.
it. Sláinte. How'd you fall in love with Irish whiskey?
My mom and dad split up very early on. And I really kind of spent the first substantive block of time with my father when I was in college. And he came to visit me with a bottle of Irish whiskey. I don't know what his idea was. I think it was that we would get drunk and he would talk about all the time we had missed together.
Right.
And that was what he had been there for. And of course, that's what happened. We ended up drinking pretty much an entire bottle of Irish whiskey. And one of the things that he said that I love was a story about how in the old days, they used to say that when you were drunk or inebriated, you were possessed by the spirit of the bottle. And the idea was that when you drank from that bottle, that spirit jumped down your throat, possessed you, and that was the feeling of having fun and, you know, being inebriated. And I got into this ritual when I was working in the theater, where the last thing I would do after my vocal and physical warm-ups was to have a sip of Irish whiskey, and that was the kind of final step that filled me. You know, it kind of warms up your chest, and you have that. They use that term Irish courage. That's what it was to me. So now it's become this very iconic thing in my life, this flavor that brings back all of those memories for me. So, you know, when I talk about memories and how for me Irish whiskey is associated with these deep emotional memories of family and connection, that's what I'm talking about. Every time I taste Irish whiskey, even in a Spanked mint, it reminds me of that night with my dad. It reminds me of the first time I tasted it. And that was part of why, when we were talking to Brian about developing the flavor, that it just really had that iconic whiskey flavor.
Right. And the ability now to take that story all over the world with Princess Cruises, what are your thoughts about that, being able to take this globally?
Well, I'm just so thrilled that Sammy and the guys at Princess saw us worthy to be in their bars. I'm particularly excited that it's going to be at O'Malley's. It feels like there's a synergy there. And the idea that thousands of people are going to be able to taste this blend that Brian, I think, really just nailed. I mean, because I love Irish whiskey, and I'm not kidding. This is the best one I've ever tasted.
Awesome. Well, listen, let's toast to Princess.
Yes. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
To Princess.
To Princess.
Less than 200 calories, huh?
Yep.
Pretty good.